Welcome back, Commanders, brother in arms, scrap collectors. Today, I'm bringing you an absolute banger of a game of Beyond All Reason on the classic map, Glitters here. Today, we have an 8v8 on this beautiful desert map, dry as can be. Hopefully, this game shapes up to be quite the spectacle. But Beyond All Reason is a game that has no unit cap, absolute destruction everywhere. Anyways, let's introduce the players. We have Daddy Payne here coming in on the blue team here as the highest ranking players. Gonna be opening up as Bot Armada here. His co-commander, his brother in arms, is gonna be a reformed player here. Another Armada bot commander. On the other side of the map, the two to look out for will be Cheetah as the red Armada commander, and his co-commander, the yellow Cortex commander, Jag Omu, coming in with a vehicle lab stone. So, if you guys are new to Beyond All Reason, don't worry, I'm explaining it to you right now how the game works. In a game like Beyond All Reason, you have two factions, Cortex and Armada. Armada is a faster, more mobile type faction that has units that are more specialized and attack with precision, where Cortex are the meteor brutes with heavy tanks, more HP, hits harder, but they generally will move slower. And then you also have vehicles and bots. Vehicles, more spammy, more chaotic. They're looking to overwhelm you with sheer numbers, where vehicles, they cost a bit more and they're way more cost effective. For the amount of money you put into them, they will get the job done better than bots will be able to do. Many people like bots because they are simply just very spammy and like to zerg you down like we're playing StarCraft. We have a couple of grunts here battling it out here. They look to take some damage here. You want to hold your choke points on each side of the map. So here's a choke, here's a choke, here's another choke right here, and then you have the final choke. Very important to not let any unit slip past your defenses. For one unit, yes, just one little grunt here can devastate your entire base and cause you to resign off the rip. And so you get nice hate mail from your teammates. Now, how does the economy work in Beyond All Reason? Well, you have these metal nodes that are scattered around the map, and this will be your primary resource for making your economy go around. That is comes concomitantly. Then you have your secondary resource, the wind. The wind is what helps you pick up energy. Energy allows you to fund your metal economy. As you can see, let's look at a pawn. 54 metal, 900 energy. You can spam energy wherever you want on the map, but your metal is generally going to be located to these nodes that are scattered around. Once you get into the late game though, however, your economy can get to exponential scaling. We'll get into that when we see it happening, but if it does end up getting to exponential scaling, you're about to see one hell of a game. Anyways, let's jump into our lines of defenses here and see what is happening. We have a few incisors, they're kind of like tanks. They just want to skip through. They're very well armored and they do good damage with moderate speed here. Three of these tanks here can easily one-shot this metal node. Boom! Goes the dynamite, but they will be surrounded. Left on the front lines to die, yellow, not a very good man, leaving his tanks, throwing them to the enemy so they become wreckage. Now, let's bring us to another mechanic of Beyond All Reason, which is simply the reclaim aspect of it. When an enemy dies, you can reclaim the corpse. Basically, like, you suck him dry for about 60 to 70% of the metal that unit currently costs.
Commander,
looks like more run-bys are trying to occur right now. Looking to just get some damage, hurt the economy. This won't be game-ending by any means, but this will definitely put down his lane opponent behind. Oh, he gets another vehicle here. This is bad, though. This does get to the economy line. He is now in the base. This is horrific. Get this man out of here. He gets suck drive, dismembered live there. That is a travesty to watch. But that was very good harassment from Cheetah, the top ranking player, showing you why he's OS 57. Anyways, a few more rocket bots looking to creep up here and deal some nice damage here, poking down these metal nodes, continuing to put on the pressure. On the left hand side, we have a reformed player, the co-commander for the blue team here, getting into the choke point. Why is this important? Well, once you can get to this part of the map, you generally have won your side. You can put down turrets here, which are incredibly hard to dislodge because of LOS. A commander looking for some big D-guns. D-guns will one-shot any unit in the game, completely wreaking havoc, demolishing those units into the afterlife. Do robots have an afterlife? I wonder. Do they go to a robot Jesus or something? How does that exactly work? I do wonder. Let me know down in the comments below. Do you think robots have an afterlife? Or they just become future scrap metal for new robots in the army? I wonder how that works. We have more damage here. Poking out Captain Joe 732. Not 731, but 732 here. Going to set up a turret here. Look to fortify his position. His job in this game, since he's a mid-tier player, is just to hold out against their best tier player for as long as possible here, making sure he holds the line. No exceptions. He cannot allow anyone to get through. Meanwhile, the two co-commanders of the red team here getting huge distance here. It's now turning into what it looks like a race against time. Can the red team captain and co-captain win harder than the blue team's captain and co-captain here? Trades are coming up this side. Let's check in on the blue side here. Huge Janus shots. One shot of these poor Rocketeers. Devastating blow. They look to kite back for now. Let's hop back over to the red hand side of the map. See how their push is going. Ooh, he wants to get the Overwatch. That is massive. He was able to get that up. That will shut down any aggression until tier 2 basically. This is very hard to dislodge. Or a D-gun is what they'll need to take that out. But it's about 70%, 69 exactly. Very nice. Can he shut that down before he gets up? Red is going for the all or nothing push here. He decides to all in here on this push. This could make or break the right flank here. 5%. He's looking at body bot with the commander. Smart, but no, the tower goes down. And that's going to shut down any hope of analog here holding the defensive structure. This is a travesty, a depression. This man might uninstall after that tower goes down, because this is looking like it could be the end of the line for him. He will need help now. Cheetah has not only denying him of a few metal distractors, as we can see here, here, and here, but he has also claimed some of his. So his economy is going to start skyrocketing ahead of this man. And now he's put onto a timer in terms of how long it will take until Cheetah finally breaks through. Let's over to the blue side. They're holding here, but we're going to jump right into the meat of the potatoes here as we continue on into the back. Look at those beautiful winds. Boom, boom, baby. You like a fireworks show? I hope you like that one. Smash the like button if you enjoyed that fireworks show. Daddy Payne here looking to get a D-gun on the lab. That will one-shot that, preventing red team here from defending it any further. He cloaked it up. Look at boom. There goes the lab. Completely opening the left flank here. The commander now left for dead. Is he out of energy? Oh no, this is not good. He's going to lose a commander. That is also can be feed here. That's 1.2 thousand metal he will possibly lose here. Ooh, nice D-gun though coming out. Two huge connections and boom! Goes the dynamite as he falls directly in the path of the robots. Scrap metal, he's become witness his sacrifice. But now, the red team can easily use that momentum to get back into the game. How is Cheetah doing on the front hand side of the map? Let's look in. Tier 2 is now on the field. Cheetah has a commanding position here in the middle of the map. He has two choices here. Continue pushing down into the base, or look to completely overrun the middle. We'll have to wait to see what he does. He looks like he wants to help his teammate on the right here. His co-captain, yellow player, looks like to be running through here. Got a big chunk of units looking for a nice run by. Let's see what's about to happen. Can we get this metal distractor? Yes, we are going to clean that up. That looks beautiful. Forest agreeing to respond here. This battle is methy. It is bloody. I didn't know robots could bleed, but I imagine if they could, they would be dying of pain, because this is just scrap metal flying everywhere. Cheetah looking to do maybe some big D-guns here. Banisher shot. Fires out. Those whistlers get exploded into the afterlife, saying their prayers. Ticks now looking just to take some extra shots, allowing those more powerful units to remain a bit tankier, giving them more prowess on the front line. Banisher loading up another shot. Boom, sent that man into early retirement. Rip that. Salute for our brother. Cheetah though, his commander though, looks like he might be getting overrun here. This is a huge swarm of units coming in to push him back, but the wall of sentry towers, or LTs here, just denying any further push-up. There's 3,000 metal. Reclaim on the front line here. That's some big moolah. Whoever can take over this field can definitely swing the tide. We have blue though pushing through the middle flank now. They were too focused on the right here. A huge palm ball. 30 little goblins have slew in their luck and they're hungry. They want loot. They want your base. And they're going to get it. Let's see as they run through it. These incisors had no chance. Simply outnumbered, outpowered. The turrets are coming up. Red is forced to send everything they can to stop this. Will it actually get damage done? No. Just before they reach the base. Just before they get to the BP here, which would have shut down Red's push entirely. But that gives an opportunity now on the front line here to push forward, because they were forced to send all the resources to the back line to defend. Now their front line has cracked and they are starting to rip that open. The floodgates have opened here. We're flooding through. Jag Moon Commander here getting a huge D-gun, saving the game, but he will sacrifice himself, dying for the cause. Witness him, brothers in arms. What a glorious death that is. But now, Red's frontline has crumbled, has kind of equalized. We're back now to basically an even game here. It looks like blue ended up getting this huge reclaim here, so furthering their economy. As we can see in the top right hand corner of our screen here, we have metal per second, which seems to be about even. Metal produced 5% in favor of blue, but army value is still in favor of red. We'll have to see how that ends up shaping up to the game. Very dead even. Definitely will come down to these next crucial couple minutes of decision making and unit choice. Let's jump into the backline here. The economy flourishing green here. No fusion online. Forced to spam vehicles here in order to help the frontline army. Let's check in on the red team's economy. No aphises or fusions yet either from either side, so both team heavily invested in those units. So no existential scaling, yes. Way too focused on getting the units up to the front line, putting on the pressure, and trying to reclaim territory. But devastating blows are being done to both sides here. The Whistlers getting pelted away. Another Banisher shot comes out, blowing up that poor Whistler. Where did he go? I think he took the portal to Narnia. Hope we see him later. Probably not. Captain Joe 732 still has his commander holding his side of the map as best as he can. A pawn ride looking to punch through here. Get on top of this Banisher. Banisher is good for poking and dealing consistent damage, but you get on top of that thing melts like butter. He's trying to pick it up and save it. Kidnapping. It's going to be a heist. 5%. He shoots down the ship mid-air. What a shot from that mace. Bro hit him with that pepper spray he could not see. And he crashed into the landscape, the barren desert there, falling. Blue team now calling for a D-gun on this forward lab here. Had Young here, does not see that as a potential opportunity. Instead, trying to not lose his commander here. Naked and afraid. Commander gets one shot by the Banisher. That is leaving another 1.2 thousand metal on the side of red now. That is easy reclaim for them. The spam is now coming out. This is where we transition out into the middle game. Middle game is definitely interesting and beyond all reason. Unlike most RTSs in other games, you want to spam your tier 1 units still when you get to about this stage of the game. Why, you may be asking? Well, that's a very good question. Because tier 1 units can tank a lot of shots from your tier 2 units, such as Banishers, which have a long reload time, allowing your tier 2 units to kill their tier 2 units. So at this stage of the game, you generally will see a few players spamming tier 1, where a few players will also generally build just tier 2 in order to have that maximized team composition or unit composition, however you look at it. Banishers here looking for another huge push here, demolishing the Whistlers, turning them into nothing but scrap metal as they just die for nothing, not even getting shots off. This is the saddest way to die. Absolute destruction across the field here, turning them into Swiss cheese. These Banishers here are firing away, continuing up the pressure, but the blue team not having any, trying to swarm, but the tier 1 from red side here, as you can see, just piling in, peeling these very expensive yet powerful tier 2 units here, allowing them to continuously slow push towards the enemy. But it's still anyone's game. Still waiting for someone to make a breakpoint. A tremor has now entered the battlefield. This thing is going to rain death from above. Humongous range here at 1500. A mobile artillery cannon that leaves nothing but death in its path. As it pushes forward, we have multiple banishers looking to roll up here and pry down. Another Whistler drops, vanishes into the afterlife. We have melee extractors dropping. Red is starting to gain some momentums here. Looks like blue team does not have enough to respond. The Jaguars are now in. These things are great at dispatching and annihilating units. Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? These Jaguars are just ripping through the blue team's base. It is now in the backline. The first resign vote is coming out. Will this be it? Will blue team surrender and give up all hope right here? This Jaguar, oh, turn it off. There goes all the conversion. The Jaguar is still alive. No one's microing properly. It's a horror. Are their eyes closed or their monitors off? You let me know. Oh, look at this win value. Here we go. We'll get a big explosion here. Oh, he's not even microing this. He just gave up on it. Oh, it's beautiful. Watching destruction does give me life. Red team now steamrolling through. Blue team looks like they have nothing left. They have cracked. They have crumbled into a million pieces. They have become... Where did it all go wrong? Well, if I had to say anything, it's probably because their tech player, this guy right here, was forced to go way too fast into tier 1 because of hold the front line, preventing him from getting tier 2 out. As you can now see in the top right hand corner, the economy scaling has definitely gone way in favor of the red side. And that is simply because of these tier 2 mexes that were able to get online much faster than blue team. They did not FF. They believe there is still a chance in a comeback. But let's be honest here. As we can see, devastation raining upon them from every which direction. There's almost certainly 0% chance they can come back from this. They're just holding the game hostage, maybe reflecting on their mistakes, maybe thinking about uninstalling the game. We do not know. Would you guys uninstall this game if this happened to you? Would you blame your teammate? Or who would you blame in this game? I wonder whose fault this could really be. But as evident, the red is just continuing to just murder the green player here. And now the resign vote will once again come out. And it's looking like this time it will pass. Maybe the skill gap was just too big. But as we see, the map is completely red. Blue is nothing but a speck of dust now. They failed. I guess they're gonna fight it out to the bitter end here. 2v8. Can they do it? I do not think so. The Sheldon shelling away here for the Tigers. Very heavily armored. Big HP. Just gonna punch right through these poor Sheldons there. Doing huge damage. They're dropping like flies. And there they go. Another resign vote has come out for blue. Will they FF this time? With nothing left, just one lab and a dream. But maybe red team or blue team wants to wait until everyone is dead, fighting to the last man standing. The last commander has been spotted for blue, with the surround of the fiends. Burn it all down, they say. And with that, they did not surrender. They fought till the last man was standing, and the game has ended. Cheetah here, huge, definitely the MVP of the game here. Domination on the middle side of the map, carving through a path where the blue side here on the left didn't have that kind of prowess. Perhaps just not getting their tier 2 mexes on in time was the main reason they lost here. Or red team has such an advantage here that the tech player felt like he had to skip tier 2 and immediately help the front line. I'll let you guys decide down in the comments below, and with that, peace.